If your Etsy shop is getting views but no sales, or you're barely getting any views at all, I can promise you that it's not random. There are very specific reasons that the algorithm is pushing other listings over yours, and once you know what they are, you can actually fix them. So that's exactly what we're covering today. If you are new here, I am the owner of Bailey Design Co., a 7-figure digital design shop on Etsy, and yes, this is my actual shop that I'm showing on screen right now, and I now teach others how to build the same types of shops on this YouTube channel and in my online community.
Now, real quick, before we get into the few things that are directly tied to the algorithm with real rules around them that you absolutely can control, make sure that you stay till the end because I will be going into the most important factor that actually trumps all of these things that is the hardest to control. But once you know what it is and how it works, your sales almost become effortless.
So, number one is that your SEO is either too broad or too specific. Your title and your tags are the first thing the algorithm uses to figure out what your listing even is. So you can kind of think of it as your listing raising its hand and saying, hey, I'm relevant to this search, and if your hand never goes up, then you never get seen. The mistake most people make is going too broad, like just putting the word tumbler wrap in the title and nothing else, or they go way too niche where nobody is actually searching for the phrase. You want keyword-rich titles and tags that reflect exactly what your buyer would type into that search bar. Not what sounds good to you, what your customer is actually searching for. And we also don't want to be stuffing things that don't make any sense, like birthday or Christmas, into your attributes if your product has nothing to do with those particular occasions or holidays, because the algorithm is honestly smart enough to catch that and it will just work against you. Number two is that your click-through rate is low, and your photos are probably why that click-through rate is low. Click-through rate is just how many people actually click on your listing after they see it in the search results. And this one lives or dies by your photos or your mock-ups. So if someone is scrolling through search results and your thumbnail listing image doesn't make them stop, you are basically invisible. So then it really doesn't matter how good your product is, your design is. In my shop, I've seen listings with the exact same design perform completely differently based on the mock-up that I used. The one with the better, cleaner, more eye-catching and modern image is the one that has always won for me. What tanks this is things like bad lighting, awkward AI mock-ups that just look off, or using the same stock mockups that every other digital or POD seller is using. If your photo actually looks like it came from 1999 or identical to 50 other listings, people will scroll right past it. And real quick here, I have a free new masterclass linked in the description below about the 4 different income streams that you can set up online by learning just one skill. Again, the link for that to join will be down in the description below. Number 3 is that your conversion rate is telling the algorithm that something is wrong with your listing. Conversion rate is just sales divided by the number of clicks. So people who are landing on your listing but not buying. So that is a very clear signal to Etsy that something is wrong with your listing and it's not closing the deal, and it will actually start pushing you down further in the rankings. Some of the most common culprits are things like your listing is confusing to buy from, or maybe your variations are set up in a weird way if you're a POD seller, or there's no infographic walking through someone what they're actually getting or how it works. This is especially important for digital products. People really do shop visually, and if they have to stop and think too hard about it or how to complete the purchase, they're just gone. So make it as easy as possible and pretend that your buyer has never purchased a digital product before, because honestly, a lot of them haven't. Your images should answer the most common questions before someone even has to read your description. Number 4 is that you are ignoring shop level signals. So your individual listing scores matter on the listings, but so does your overall shop score. Etsy looks at the entire picture. So your response time, your reviews, how fast you're fulfilling orders if it is print on demand or physical. Response time is one that people really overlook. I noticed early on in my shop that when I went on vacation and stopped answering messages, my sales actually dropped. Once I started responding, taking it off that vacation mode, they actually picked back up, and it is a real thing. Keep the app on your phone and treat messages like texts or have an automated response set up. It doesn't have to be a big, lengthy message, just something to stay on top of it. Reviews also work the same way, so don't just hope for them. I would be asking for them. After an order is placed, you can send a quick follow-up message. Keep it really simple, keep it genuine. If someone has a bad experience, handle it privately before it turns into a 1-star review. You can always ask someone to update a review after. It does work more often than you think. Number 5 is that you are sending the wrong traffic to your shop. This one is pretty underrated because Etsy can see where your traffic is coming from and what it's doing when it gets there. If you're sending people to your shop who have absolutely zero interest in buying, that is just cold traffic that bounces, and it actually does hurt your conversion rate and signals to the algorithm that your listing isn't performing. Personally, this happened to me about 2 years ago when I started actually showing my shop on my YouTube channel. Though it had been shown on many other videos before, my conversion rate actually started to drastically tank due to the thousands of visits it was getting without any conversions. If you are going to drive outside traffic, make sure that it is warm and targeted and they actually want that product. Pinterest does tend to work best because the audience is already in a buying mindset and a lot of them are already Etsy shoppers, assuming the digital products are popular on Pinterest. And then random cold traffic from anywhere else, I would just be really careful as it can just do more damage than good. The thing about all of these factors is that none of them alone will make or break you. But when several of them are working against you at the same time, it genuinely feels like the algorithm hates your shop. And when they are all working together, it feels like everything that you post takes off. So go through this list and be really honest with yourself about which ones need to fix first. I would honestly start with your SEO and your photos, as those two are going to give you the fastest results.
Okay, so now it's time to talk about the thing that trumps all of these algorithm fixes, and that is that Etsy's algorithm is first a buyer interest based algorithm instead of just a search engine that shows people exactly what they type. Instead, it first shows people items based on their own past history. So based on what they've purchased and what they favorited and what they've clicked on, and repeating styles of items that they have bought in the past. This is why I always teach to look at what is selling right now before you create your products, because if we list items that are similar or in line with what is already being purchased, we have a much better chance at actually getting shown to those same customers. This isn't about copying what's already being listed, because that will actually get us nowhere. It's taking what's working as far as their SEO, their either type of style or aesthetic or quote, and then making it better, cross-niching it with another popular trend, or using that same style and going broader on the quote or niching down.
Be sure to watch this video up here next, as it walks through the exact 3 steps that I took on my shop to take it to over $1 million in just under 2 years. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.